victims unit. We quickly identified the suspect in this case as Michael DeWitt, 45-year-old male out of Seymour. We were able to identify his vehicle as well. Through the course of the investigation, we learned that the New Haven Police Department also had an interest in DeWitt. There was a past sexual assault warrant in his name that the New Haven Police Department held. We worked closely with New Haven and the West Haven Police Department throughout the days following this investigation. And eventually DeWitt and his vehicle were located in West Haven. He was taken into custody, and he's currently in custody, being arraigned today on those charges from New Haven. Through our investigative efforts, we were able to apply for an arrest warrant and have it granted, charging DeWitt with kidnapping and several counts of a variety of sexual assault charges. Our warrant has a $1.25 million bond on it, and it will be served on DeWitt when he's habeased into the Waterbury court tomorrow.
So where are you able to share, because Fulton Park area is where it ended, are you able to share where it started?
So it started in that general area, in that neighborhood. DeWitt lured this minor into his vehicle. When she got into the vehicle, he did sexually assault her.
And there was a 10-year gap between this New Haven case and the one here. Is there a belief that there could possibly be other cases with other jurisdictions perhaps that maybe you guys would be looking at?
So we're grateful to have DeWitt in the custody now. We're grateful that New Haven was able to serve that warrant, and we're able to close out our investigation with an arrest warrant. We would encourage anybody that may have had contact with Michael DeWitt in the past that could potentially be a victim of a crime to contact their local police department and have a talk with them.
Can you tell us about these sort of bystanders that rescued this little girl? How many people were there? Did they immediately call 911?
So there were a lot of people around when the girl was able to get out of the truck. We're really thankful for that. And Waterbury is a great community. It's a close-knit community. There's a lot of helping people that want to do the right thing here in Waterbury. For the most part, almost everybody in Waterbury wants to do that. So they did call police immediately to report this incident and kept the girl safe until police arrival.
Chief, is there anything, I don't know if you're able to explain his MO, how he was able to sort of lure, is there like what was he doing? And it's also maybe, are you able to say how she was able to escape? What was she able to do? Distract him or just pop the door open and run?
He was able to lure this girl into the car. It was, he just used some savvy and, was able to attract her to get into the car with him. Unfortunately she did that. And, that's one of the things that, we really want to remind parents, especially of younger children. It's really important to talk about strangers and the risk that they may pose, and making sure that children understand that unless they really know a person, they should certainly not get in a vehicle or go into a house or go into any type of location with them without their parents' knowledge.
Was she unsupervised at the time, or how did this happen?
She was with a larger group at the time and was lured away from that location and got into the truck.
Did he know her at all, or her family? Or?
As far as we know, there was no connection between DeWitt and the victim prior to that day.
Obviously, New Haven had him for something. Had he ever popped up on your radar before?
No, we have not. He was not a person of interest in any other investigations here currently, but we are looking at some older cases and reaching out to some victims to make sure that this isn't something that occurred again here in the past, and we're just not aware of it.
Are you releasing the age of the victim?
I'm sorry?
Are you releasing the age of the victim?
Not at this time.
Yeah. Is it just safe to say she's under the age of 13 based
Yes.
on the charge?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us anything about this truck? I mean, a main license plate. Was it stolen? Was it his? Or?
Hey, listen, nothing uncommon. I mean, a lot of people skirt taxes in the state by registering in other areas, or in the process of moving or whatever. But nothing of significance that we could point to in the investigation, other than it just helped us when we were trying to locate the truck.
How about your investigators able to sort of focus in on him rather early and realize that he was likely down in the New Haven area? Was there anything that sort of led you to that pretty quickly, you said?
So we were able to determine he was from Seymour. We were able to use some social media and other technology to make some determinations on a general location on where we should be looking.
Do you have a even kind of rough idea of how long she was in the car with him?
It wasn't a significant amount of time, but it was time enough for him to commit some pretty heinous acts.
Did they stop at all, or were they just traveling around Waterbury?
Well, I mean, listen, the investigation's still ongoing. I don't have the exact, we don't have the exact pattern and path of travel at this point, but there may be something that comes up later.
I mean, this is literally like every parent's worst nightmare. I know you talked about stranger danger. Are there any other tips that families should be keeping in mind? I know he's in custody, but
Right.
you never know.
Listen, it's important to talk to our kids, right? I also think it's important to review what our kids are doing on social media. I mean, kids are getting on social media and getting access to technology at a younger age, as the days go on, right? And that's not only through a smartphone. It could be through a computer. It could be through a tablet. So it's important to monitor our children's activity online, and it's important to have those discussions with our kids and make sure that they're aware that family is the safest bet, and if your family doesn't know what's going on or the person's not familiar with you, to reach out to family or a loved one and make sure that you stay safe in that fashion.
Are there cameras in the area of where this happened, and was that helpful in tracking?
There are some cameras. We were able to use some technology in this investigation, yes.
Are you guys comfortable sharing with any form of lure or anything, obviously to protect the victim's identity? Any video from where she was able to escape?
I'll have to get back to you on that. I'm not sure if that's something that's available exactly, and this investigation is actually very fluid right now, so I don't think we'll be releasing any video at this point in time.
So you think he'll be in court tomorrow in Waterbury?
Yes.
And just a quick clarifier, the good people that helped, were they neighbors or were they just people at Fulton Park?
People from the community, yeah, people from that neighborhood.
And you said she was with a larger group. Was it like a party at the park or something? Or?
It was just she was with other people at the park.
Any other message, I guess, you want to get out there to people? I know you're talking about parents keeping an eye on the kids, but it's like even just regular bystanders. Thank God those people were there to help her after this traumatic event.
Right. I would just recap that, listen, I think that there's a lot of good citizens out there. There's good Samaritans. There's people that know what the right thing is, and they constantly do the right thing. We're really appreciative of that here in this community. We're really appreciative as a police department to have that kind of help from our community. And I would just recap the fact that, parents should have that discussion with their children, right? Don't leave it up to schools. Don't leave it up to others. Make sure you have that talk with your kids about strangers and the danger that they could pose. And make sure that we monitor our kids' social media and online activity. Those are the most important things that I would reiterate.
This is obviously 3 departments working together, which you
Yes.
often.
Right. Absolutely.
What hotel was it in West Haven?
I'm sorry?
Do you know what hotel it was that the car
I
was
don't.
in?
I don't have that off the top of my head. We could probably get that for you, though.
And the warrant's not going to be available till tomorrow, or?
Correct. Yeah. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right.